That should work. Can you hear that? Is that better? I didn't have the mic on. That's good. Yes, get your technical bits right first. So you can hear okay now, yeah? Good. Let's shake out the ankle. So just give that ankle a good shake. No? It's not working? Right, I'm going to go onto a different microphone. Keep shaking your ankles. That's why. Keep shaking your ankles. Can you hear there? That better? Good. Sorry about that. Shaking. I had to move the computer into the other room yesterday because there was a thunderstorm and I couldn't hear anything in here. So I had to do the sessions in there. So I obviously haven't set the mic up properly again. So shaking out the ankles. And then we'll circle the ankles. So it's balancing, stabilize. If I mirror you, stabilize on the right side. And then actually circle the ankle in one direction. And then change directions. And then balance on the left leg. Make sure you're balanced and stable. Stick out the right leg, circle your ankle in one direction. And then the other direction. And then have another good shake both sides. And we'll do a little bit of walking around. So flexing the foot, pointing the toes towards the shins. So walking on the heels, deliberately pressing the heels into the ground. Keeping the legs straight but not locked. So we're not locking the knees out. Go forwards and backwards, side to side. Good, and then again a little bit of a shake in between, and then onto the balls of the foot, bubbling spring, and just softly really pay attention to where that point of the foot is connecting. In Chinese medicine, this is kidney 1 point, the bubbling spring. And then maybe side to side, take a side step the other way. And then take a rest. And we'll go outside edges of the feet. Again, just be really careful, making sure that everything feels comfortable, that you're not hurting anything, there's no pain. But it's good to get the feet moving in different ways, getting the ankle moving. Quite often the ankles tighten up, particularly if we're running and we're landing on them and compressing them all of the time. And side to side. And then inside of the feet. Good. Again, breathing all the way through this, just breathing naturally, side to side, inside. And then another good shake out. So we've really livened up the lower legs, the ankles today. And then we'll go shoulder width apart, a little bit of softness in the knees. Let's come up to the upper body. Let's work on the spine. So rotation of the spine. So knocking, using the ground. So using that contact with the ground to move the hips and the center of the body. And then just letting the arms move, just flow, tapping on the lower back and tapping across the belly. So really just relax the shoulders. The arms are just moving through the momentum of the lower body and the center, moving from the center and the hips. You're not having to do any movement with the arms. Keep that neck nice and long as well, so keep the spine long. And again, you're just breathing naturally in and out through the nose. Slowing it down, just slow it down into water waves. So here we just add that little bit of resistance to the arms. So it's just imagining there's a little bit more of density of the air around the body, the front of the body, the back of the body. Nice and slow, 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 slow. And then come to a stop. Spinal cord breathing, so bending the knees a little bit more, hips back a little bit, expanding, opening up, breath in through the nose. So this is the one where we start to use the breath with the movement. Breath out as you tuck the tailbone underneath. And breath in. And this is just light breathing. We're not breathing any more air than we need or any less air than we need. So go at your own comfortable rhythm. So really thinking of getting movement from the spine. Extend and open up the rib cage. Create that space for breath. Couple more. And then take a rest. We'll do a few little tiger squats. So again, normal stance, feet shoulder width apart, a little bit of softness in the knees to start off with. Strong through the upper body, strong through the fingers there. And then hips glide back. Keeping that chest open. And then coming up through the body, coming up to full standing position. So just go down to that comfortable place. Again, we don't want to be stressing or overstraining. And we can know that by just following the breath. So just breathe easy, soft, in and out through the nose with the movement, or just with the... You don't have to breathe in and then breathe out as you come up. You should just be able to breathe comfortably. Nice and slow, slow and flowing. Always stand tall at the top. Nice and slow coming up. And always keep that sense of sternum facing forward. So even though you tilt forwards because your hips glide back, you're not leaning forwards as much. You're not over leaning forwards. Let's do a couple more. Breathing easy. And take a rest. And then we'll have a good shake. So tapping the heels into the ground, feeling that vibration coming up through the body, into the shoulders. You can start to shake the wrists. Take a fuller breath in through the nose. Sigh out. Fuller breath in through the nose. And breath out. Really just have a good shake and then slow it down, 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 slow it down. And just stand for a moment. Feel how you have activated that energy through the body, running through the body. Got the blood flowing, got the breath moving, clearing the toxins out with that lymphatic drainage. Good, let's now start working through this 5-element flow series. So we've done 5-element flow series before if you join the sessions with a series of moves. We're just doing a series of different moves to represent each of those elements. So I'll talk you through it as we work through it. Start off just with opening the flow, a really nice way to start any flow movement. Feet shoulder width apart, and then just letting the arms float up as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, come back down. So think of all the stuff that we've just done in preparation for this as us moving our bodies, getting the energy flowing. And now when you go into a flow sequence, the idea is that the energy that we've created is moving the body, if you like. It's a nice way of looking at it, sort of like the other way around, is that it's an effortless flow. And the breath predominantly guides the movement. So as you breathe in, the body expands. As you breathe out, the body softens. And it's a very slow movement. It's a continuous movement. No start or stop. It's as the breath, it's just that change in direction. It's that little pulse at the top of the movement. It's that little pulse at the bottom of the movement. Spine expands, spine softens, shoulders relaxed, and then take a rest. So Chinese medicine had the base, its scientific base, as you like, based on nature and based on 5 elements in nature. So they saw these 5 elements as improving health and longevity and healing in life. And the first element is the metal element, and that metal element really focuses on energy, bringing energy onto the body, and therefore breath. So breath is the first place where we bring energy into the body. So this movement is called soaring crane. We've practiced it before. Arms raised up, palms facing the ground, and it's just like a bird, a crane flying. As you open up, that body expands, you lengthen, you become a little bit taller. Then you rotate arms, connect thumb and forefinger, and then breath out, and you soften a little bit more. So you soften down, and then you expand, breath in, and breath out. And find your own comfortable rhythm. So the breath should feel easy, it should feel effortless. If you start to feel as if you are running out of breath, or you don't have enough, if you're running out of breath or you feel as if you're breathing too much, then just take it easy. Just go with an easy breathing for you. It's not about forcing the breath, it's not about forcing the movement. And be aware of the whole movement, all the way through that movement. What do you notice as you move through that pattern? Rather than just thinking about, I need to get to the end of this rep. How do you feel as the body's expanding here? And then we can come a little bit lower, so just lower the arms slightly. So we come more to sort of like lower rib area. Just takes a little bit of pressure off the shoulders if the shoulders start to feel as if they're really working. Let's do a couple more. It also focuses the breath a little bit deeper, a little bit lower in the body as well. Feel the ribs expanding. And then take a rest. The next movement is, the next element is the water element. This focuses on flow and relaxation. Now obviously all of the movements are very much focusing on relaxation and flow, but this movement in particular. So you place one arm behind your back. So if I mirror you, place your left arm behind the back. That would be the back of the hand on the lower back area, sort of like the kidney area there. And then with the right arm, we hinge at the waist and we just scoop down and come back up. Now we're following the hips and the waist. The hips and the waist lead the movement. There is a little bit of bend in the knees as we scoop down, hinge at the hips. Keep the shoulders relaxed. If it works for you, you do a breath out as you come down, breath in as you come up. Or just breathe easy in and out through the nose. And then you keep the circle going, but just without the hinge at the hips. So the hips still move, you're still getting movement through the hips like this, but you keep the circle going, but without hinging forwards. Good, that's without that hinge. It feels a little bit odd when you go from the hinging to without the hinge. So you're just rotating the hips and the upper body is following. And then swap sides. So right arm behind. Now we go back into hinging the hips. Nice big circle. It might feel different this side. Hinge. Keeping the back nice and long. Long extended spine. And keep that movement going, but without the hinge at the hips. So just moving hips and waist. Breathing easy. And then take a rest there. Have a little move around if you need to move around or shake the legs or the arms out at all. And then we'll move on to the next element, which is the wood element, where we're really focusing on strength combined with flexibility. And this is a really nice twist of the body, a really nice spiral of the body. So I'll mirror you again. You bring your right palm facing forwards, keeping the shoulders down. Left palm facing forwards. If I show you from the side, you've got your left palm facing forwards and out to the back. So we're really opening up across the front of the body. And then we'll do it in slow motion. Bring your left palm by your ear. So you're coming by your ear. And then you come down that arm line. You cross palms. This right palm or the right hand then comes to the side. So you're bringing it towards the rib cage here. And then you just swap. So you've then got the left palm forwards, right palm back. And we've got a nice twist here through the torso. And then we just keep that going as a nice flowing movement. And I'm stood with one leg forwards, which I shouldn't be doing. So just flowing, getting that nice twist through the body. So it's a bit like swimming in a way, get that sort of swimming feeling. But it's great again for walking and running because it gets that spine rotation, it gets that twist through the torso. And just breathing easy. Just watch that you're not overreaching, because when you're reaching forwards, there's a temptation to really strain and reach forwards there. So you're just here. So even though you're reaching forwards and stretching out, you're still nice and tall through the spine. We're not overreaching. None of these movements are overreaching. They might feel a little bit of a stretch, but they should really feel, once you get into the flow, nice and fluid. And I find this different side to side. I really feel it very different on one side to the other, which is a good practice. Breathing easy. Using the lower body, so there might be a little bit of a dip as you come across and then a little bit more of an expansion as you stand tall, as you twist. You can dip so that you can rotate the knees a little bit. Let's do a couple more. This is called, it's quite a fun name, it's called Repulse the Monkey. And it's used in Tai Chi as well. A lot of these movements that we're doing in this little flow are used in Tai Chi as well. And what tends to be the difference is in Tai Chi they're part of a sequence of steps, whereas in Qigong they're more repetitive. And take a rest and have a little shake out if you need to shake out. Next one is the fire element. It's about enjoyment. This is a really good one again for both sides of the brain because we're crossing the center line. So if I mirror you, you've got your right back of your hand facing your forehead. And then you rotate to the right and you push with the left hand to the right. Again, watch that we're not overreaching here. So you literally rotate the spine, push to the right. And then we swap sides. So this elbow here connects to the fingers here. And then we push with the right hand to the left side. And then just keep swapping. So we create like that position there as we come through. And then that palm goes up towards the head. And again, this has got a nice name. It's called Fair Lady Works the Shuttle. And then go in a nice flowing movement. So I love these movements are maybe a little bit more challenging than the first 5 element series because they are a bit like rubbing your head and tapping your belly. But once you get into the flow of it, you can really feel the benefits of what it's doing, and a lot of it is twisting through the body, wringing out any blocked energy. One more each side with this one. And then take a rest. And we've got 30 seconds to do the final one, and at least we've got all 5 elements done. So again, not to rush it, we'll just get an idea of it. We'll spend more time over the weeks moving forwards with these elements as well. So we've done this before, if you've joined the sessions, pebble in the pond, where you've done it with both hands. Single arm pebble in the pond, so one arm. And all again is moving from the center, so it's the hips and the waist that create that movement. So really work the hips and the waist. We're just running a little bit over 30 minutes, so I hope that's okay. Don't want to rush this one, just find the flow. Nice and steady. Keep it slow and smooth. One more each side. And then just bringing your hands across the lower abdomen, across the lower belly, bringing the feet together. And just taking a moment just to allow the body to bring itself back to balance, closing your eyes if that feels comfortable. Just letting the body rock and sway, spiral. The standing posture, bamboo in the wind. And then when you're ready, just opening your eyes, taking a step out, giving yourself a little brush down, brushing the head, back, legs, arms. Excellent. Sorry we ran over a little bit there, but I didn't want to rush too much at the end there. We will continue that 5-element practice both within the Tuesday sessions and the Thursday sessions as well, because it's a nice one, because there's a lot of coordination going on in there as well. Next week I am in Ireland because there's a Master Instructor Oxygen Advantage get together going on, so I'm really looking forward to that. In theory I should be fine for the sessions because we've got Wi-Fi there and it's before we start the session, so should be okay to be live. If not, I will let you know on Monday whether it is just going to be on Facebook or YouTube where we play a recorded session. But all being well, I'll be live with you both Thursday and Tuesday and Thursday next week as well. So thanks for joining today. Have a great weekend and I will catch you all next week. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye.